everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing May's TBR to be rolled. TBR game that I've been doing every month of 2022 so far. I will leave the playlist link down below. It does include January's TBR, which was the very first video that I did that includes like all of the major rules that I have for this game. Basically, we have this die where each color tells us a different way of picking my book. I do have a slight change to the rules that we're going to talk about for this month, but I'm actually going to jump into last month's reads first, and then we will come back to this. So last month in April was the magical readathon, and so in last month's TBR video, I picked more than the normal 5 books that I normally do. However, I did only roll for 5, so we're going to talk about those 5 in this video. So I have 3 physical ones and then 2 ebooks. The 2 ebooks were The Razor Blades in My Head and Collide. I have read both of those. Then I had Spellbinder, which I have read and finished. I have Delilah Green Doesn't Care, which I'm currently in the middle of. And then I also have The Shadow Queen, which was a poll pick for you guys. I had a few different versions of books with Shadow in the title. This is the one that got picked. I have not read it yet. However, at the time of filming this video, I think we still have like a week in the month because I'm filming it a little bit early. So the fact that I'm in the middle of my second to last book, crossing my fingers, hopefully I can finish it. I have said this multiple times, and out of the 3 months besides April that I've done this, I've only ever actually finished my TBR once after saying that. So we shall see. If I don't finish it, we don't have any punishments on this channel for this video type of thing currently because I am pregnant. I'm actually in my 3rd trimester now, so we're getting really, really close. But if I do finish them, then I get to put a little note in a book back here somewhere, because my husband will do it and I don't know where it is, where if I finish that book, I get to buy a book. I have 2 of those notes back here somewhere. We have not found them yet, but you know, they're here somewhere. Now, for the rules and stuff that I'm going to be talking about, so this is the die here, and as I mentioned before, each color that we have corresponds to a different way of picking my TBR. So red used to be Presley's pick. Last month we had no red, which was very surprising because in the 3 months before that, we had 7 total reds. But one thing that I talked about doing on this channel, and people seem to really like the idea, is actually making red cards for red cards. You can have them in just a second. Sit down, please. Red cards for the red part of the die. So I made some up today. I used 1 sheet of paper, so that ended up giving me 9 cards, and I have a few different options. So 3 of the cards will be Presley picks, so Presley will actually get to pick a book. 2 of the cards will be my husband picks a book. This card actually used to be in the green set of cards, but I decided to take it out of that stack and make 2 cards for the reds. Good job, good showing. Can I hand you these ones too? 2 cards will be a friend pick. Again, this was originally in the green stack of cards, but I decided to take it out of that one and move it into the red. And then finally, 2 of the cards will be viewer pick. So I actually have a video that I put up recently where I showed you all of the books on my physical TBR, and I asked you in that video to please leave me comments down below, because if the viewer pick card comes up, I will randomize a comment and have to pick a book from that if there's multiple books in the comment, or you know, that kind of thing. So if you have not seen that video, I will leave it linked down below. Feel free to leave a comment if you see books that you think I need to read. I will also be doing a video soon showing you all of the ebook TBR that I have, especially because once I eventually do have this baby, I think I'm going to be focusing on ebook reading or even maybe audiobook reading for like a month or so, because of the fact that I find it really hard to hold a physical book and a newborn at the same time. So once we eventually get to that part, if viewer pick comes up, I will be picking from the ebook TBR, and then after that probably going back and forth between the 2. We shall see. But that's the only real change to the rules that we're currently doing. Besides red, we do also have orange, which is a TBR bucket pick. We have yellow, which are cards for like genre, age group, format of book. We have green, which are cards for challenges, like the newest book that you have acquired, that kind of thing. We have blue for a poll pick where you get to help pick a book for me. And we have purple, which is a wild card, which means I have to pick a different color besides purple to then choose that way. I think that is it for the rules. We're gonna do 5 rolls just like normal, and let's go do it. Okay, dude, you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, we're gonna throw it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! What color?
Orange!
Orange! Okay, so our first roll is orange, which means we need to pick up the TBR bucket. So this has all, except for some of the recent acquisitions that I have, all of my TBR, physical and ebook. I have not cleared it out in a while either, so everything that I've read this year is probably still in here. But what we're gonna do is just reach in and randomly pick a book. So, I got a paper. It is green. Oh. And it is DJ Dangerfield by Anita Sunday. So Anita Sunday is an author that I have liked with some of her books and been mediocre with others. She writes male romance, and I absolutely love some of the Signs of Love books. DJ Dangerfield, I think, was actually a book that I received in like a newsletter type of thing, so I think it was a free book. I'm assuming it's still going to end up being male romance. Okay, it is actually a novella. It's only like 65 pages, so this will be a very quick read. And it says, Justin knows 3 things for sure about DJ Dangerfield. He has some questionable taste in music, he always provokes Justin into ringing in, and he might just be his favorite weekly distraction. But who is DJ Dangerfield in real life, and will Justin like him in the flesh as much as on the air? And it says it's a short college-based novella. It does not specify if it was male romance, although it looks like people have been tagging it like that on Goodreads. So yes, this will be our first book. Okay, roll number 2. Ready? Ah! What color?
Red!
Red! Roll number 2 was red. I was not surprised that this popped up again because I was actually very surprised it did not pop up last month. But this means we get to use our new cards. So we have the cards here. I'm gonna do a quick shuffle. Hopefully I can actually get them sort of shuffled because there's only 9 cards. I have no idea what order these are in anymore. I think they're gonna be shuffled enough that we should be good. Presley, did you wanna pick a card? So Presley's gonna pick a card for us. He only ever really goes for the bottom card or the top card. Whereas like, you know, when you spread them out like this, somebody should be able to pick in the middle if they wanted. He doesn't do that. But do you wanna come pick a card? One of these cards. Pick one of these cards. You pick one for me?
Yeah.
Which one? The very first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And then we're gonna show the camera. So I made cards. It's still Presley's pick. I mean, I did include 3 Presley picks. Are you gonna show?
Yeah.
Can you turn the card around? Yeah, show them that side. There you go, Presley pick. Good job. I did end up making 3 cards with Presley pick on it instead of just 2 like everything else because of the fact that I thought we should honor the fact that red used to just be Presley. So at least for this one, Presley gets to pick again. Can you pick, Mommy? A book to read. That one? Okay. Can you get it?
Help.
Help? Can you get it now? Good job. And can you show the camera?
Yeah.
That book. This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so he picked A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. So this is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which I think I actually read 2 years ago in 2020. Absolutely loved, 5 out of 5 stars. The first book at least is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I don't know how much we still get into that sort of retelling stuff in this one, but I am very excited to read it. And this was a gift from Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. So thank you so much for this. I am really excited, even though I know I've put it off since you sent it to me. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! What color? Blue. Okay, roll number 3 was blue, which is a poll pick. So let me figure out 2 to 4 books that I sort of want to read, and then I will tell you what we're gonna do with them. Okay, this took a little bit longer than I was really hoping to, but I have 3 books here that I think have a theme that I'm going with. So my theme for this is books where I either need to continue or finish a series, but it has been so long, or at least it feels like so long, since I have read the first books that I want to reread the first books in order to get to these ones. So I have The One by Kiera Cass. So obviously this is the 3rd and final book, for me at least, in the selection series. I'm not going to be reading the companion novels, so obviously I would reread the selection and then the elite, and then read The One finally, because I have never actually read this book. I do remember really liking and enjoying how fun and quick the first 2 were, but I never finished it. So I really do want to do that. I also have Cress by Marissa Meyer. So obviously this is the 3rd book, and I do actually have Winter up here as well in the Lunar Chronicles series. Again, I read Cinder and Scarlet forever ago, before these covers were a thing, but I absolutely love these covers. That's why I have them. But I need to reread those in order to finish the next 2 books. I don't know for sure if I would read this and then also read Winter. I guess it depends on if I'm marathoning the entire series or not, like right then and there. But I do want to reread the first 2 books and then read this one. And then the last one I have here actually is like the ones I have read most recently. It's going to be Aurora's End by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I read Aurora Rising when it came out. I read Aurora Burning when it came out, but I never reread the books in between, and I think it's only been like a couple years, like 1 or 2 years in between books. So it should be fresh in my mind, but I actually do want to reread those to get to this one. So this is the one that is most recent in my mind. I haven't like waited too long to read this, but I do again want to reread those ones to get to this one. So all of the books in this poll, which I will post on Twitter and Instagram, they are all books that I want to reread the first 2, I guess technically, in order to read these ones. So keep that in mind when you're voting. I will have the voting up when this video goes up, and it will be up for like 24 hours. Okay, ready? Roll number 4.
Yeah.
What color? Blue. Roll number 4 was another blue. So we have another poll pick, which means I need to go through and pick more books, even though it took me forever to pick the ones from the last poll. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this one's slightly quicker to get to like what I wanted to pick. I'm not as thrilled about why I'm picking this one, just because I already picked stuff for the poll where I want to reread extra books, and most of these feel like it's going to be like more intimidating to get through, if that makes sense. But so these are all going to be adult titles, since I didn't really have any adult ones currently. So I have The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. I do not think I'm going to reread the first 2 books in order to get to this one, because when this actually came out, like the year it came out, I tried doing that. Didn't quite work. I love the first book in the series, and the second book I do like. It just didn't quite live up to what I remembered, and I was getting like very bored trying to reread it. I remember what happened, and so I definitely need to read this, even though it's very intimidating. Then I have She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. This is the Illumicrate edition that came in last year, and again, somehow it's very intimidating, so I just keep putting it off. But this is another one that I desperately need to read. And then finally, we have Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. Truthfully, out of all of these 3 books, I would probably want you to pick this one because I feel like it's going to be easier to read. Again, Illumicrate Pretty Edition. Like, I'm just absolutely in love with this one. So yeah, I feel like, again, adult fantasy sort of stuff, but this one, if it's anything like what I've heard House in the Cerulean Sea is like, it's going to read very easily. So I'm less intimidated by this, but again, it's one that I needed to read and haven't picked up. So that's what we have for this poll pick. Adult books that I definitely need to read. Okay, last roll, roll number 5. You ready? We'll go this way. Oh. What is it?
Red.
Red. And then finally, roll number 5 was another red. Like I mentioned before, somehow last month was an aberration with no red rolls because we got 2. So let's get those cards again. I think they're still shuffled enough that we're probably good, but like, I don't actually know. I'm gonna shuffle them again because I don't know how much they stuck to each other, and especially if I let Presley pick another card, he's going to again either go for the very top or the very bottom of the stack, and I want the most change possible. Like, I want to see if we get stuck with another Presley picks or not. Not that I'm saying getting stuck with that is a bad thing, but like, the whole point of making these cards was so that something else gets picked. Okay, hopefully I have done them enough. We're gonna see. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. Hey, Presley, do you want to pick another card for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Come over here, pick a card. Pick a card for me. Which one? Which one? That one? The one at the bottom this time?
Yeah.
Oh, I can sort of see it. Can you show the camera? Show the camera. Ready? Okay, so my husband Leon gets to pick a book. He has not done that at all this year. I think I mentioned this in a different video. The husband pick is almost as bad as a Presley pick because Leon has no idea what any of these books are about either. And so he also sort of just goes in completely randomly. Like, I don't even know if he looks at covers. So, yes. Well, actually, Leon is currently at the grocery store. So as soon as he gets home, he will pick a book for me. Those are unread, and like these mass markets are unread. And everything on those shelves are unread. Everything, yeah. So I'm gonna, you just pick a book.
Okay. What do they call this? Like
Torture? Am I torturing you?
analysis paralysis?
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that. How come you have so many
Apple.
Firefly books?
Cause
When did that happen?
I
only remember
December?
1, and now you have 6.
November, December, something like the end of the year last year. Yeah, it was before my book buying ban, like for this year. So
Do you prefer like longer books or?
I would prefer a shorter one right now, just because I have some longer ones that I've already like gotten picked.
This one.
Okay, young adult contemporary.
I don't know what it is. But the color looks pretty.
It does look pretty. Okay, so you can scooch. Okay, so Leon has picked Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This is a young adult contemporary. I believe it has something to do with Shakespeare. Like they're gonna be in a play or something like that. I do not know anything else about it, but I do know people have liked it. So that is why I have it on my shelf. And this is going to be the last book for the month. So we have 3 books that are actually picked for the month. 2 of the physical books are Foolish Hearts and A Heart So Fierce and Broken. They both have heart in the title. And then we also have DJ Dangerfield, which is the ebook that got picked. And then besides that, we have the 2 poll picks. So the one where I want to reread the first 2 books in the series and then continue and hopefully finish the series. And the one of adult books. I think basically all adult fantasy of books that like I need to read, but I'm also a little bit intimidated to do so. And I think that's going to be it. My camera battery says it's going to be dying. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos up Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I will see you then. Bye. You want to do more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mommy.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah.
Oh! What is it?
Red.
Red. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Ah.
What is it?
Green.
Green.
Yellow.
I'll try. What is it?